Did you know Chuck Negron claimed to have slept with 2,000 women? Or that Jada Pinkett Smith openly discussed her hypersexuality on her own talk show? With countless parties, substance abuse, and ever-clingy fans, fighting bad behaviors has proven to be a big job for these celebrities. And today, we're revealing 10 famous Hollywood icons who just couldn't keep it in their pants. Starting with Arnold. Arnold grew up a poor Austrian kid who started out as a broke bodybuilder and became Mr. Universe at just 20. Next, he set his sights on Hollywood. With his thick accent, it was tough breaking into the industry, but Arnold was no quitter. He studied acting, worked on his English, and landed major roles in movies that turned hits. Movies like Terminator and Predator made him an action superstar. But as his fame grew, so did his libido. Apparently, Arnold couldn't resist a pretty face and was said to sleep with anything wearing a skirt. The craziest part? He fathered a kid with his housekeeper Mildred, with the child being born just 5 days after his wife had a baby of her own. Next in line's Zsa Gabor, the glamorous Hungarian socialite who took Hollywood by storm in the 50s. Zsa was more famous for her captivating beauty and witty personality than her acting. She went through men like most people go through socks, from hotel tycoons like Conrad Hilton to famous actors and even designers. Word on the street is that Zsa had plenty of affairs, often with other women's husbands, even though she was married 9 times. But unlike Zsa, our next icon was more willing to stay married and sought help. Lowe burst onto the scene in the 80s, all dreamy looks and charms. He starred in The Outsiders and St. Elmo's Fire, quickly becoming every teen girl's crush. Smoothly, Rob transitioned to adult roles, showing off his funny side in Tommy Boy and Austin Powers. But it wasn't all a smooth ride. In his 20s, Rob faced a huge scandal. At 24, he got caught up in a scandal involving a video with 2 women. One was 22, but the other was only 16. Rob later came clean about his struggles with substance abuse and unhealthy relationships in his 2011 memoir, Love Life. According to him, the scandal was the best thing to have happened to him. After the tape surfaced, Rob entered treatments to help him battle his demons, with his wife's support. Rita Hayworth had it rough too. First, her abusive dad pushed her into dancing as a child, and then Hollywood saw her looks and instantly turned her into a sex symbol. But Rita wanted to be taken seriously as an actress. She became one of the highest paid actresses of her time, but forever struggled with the studio-imposed image. All her 5 marriages crashed, with many speculating it was all due to her uncontrolled sexual desire. Rita secretly struggled with an inferiority complex and fought with booze for years. The next spotlight is on Charlie Sheen. Charlie hit it big in the 80s with 2.5 Men. With his bad boy charm, made him a household name. For a while, it was all rainbows and sunshine for Charlie, but then things went haywire. Rumors had it he struggled with substance abuse and an intense addiction to sex. It got so bad he was fired from his hit show. But that's not even the craziest part. Charlie claimed he'd slept with about 5,000 women. He reportedly spent a whopping $53,000 on sex workers. In 2015, news broke that Charlie was HIV positive. With juicy details of his personal life splashed on every tabloid, Charlie was no longer Hollywood's sweetheart. Jean Harlow was the original blonde bombshell, way before Marilyn Monroe. Growing up without much, she clawed her way into Hollywood. At first, studios didn't know what to do with her. She was given forgettable roles until she dyed her hair platinum blonde and turned into an overnight star. Jean was sexy and dangerous on scene, and people say she did know how to sell it. Rumor has it she never wore underwear on set and would do anything for the perfect sexy look. Off-screen, Jean's life was pretty wild. 3 marriages, lots of rumored affairs, and constant fights with movie studios. Sadly, she died super young at 26. Jesse James isn't only the name of an old-time American outlaw. It's also the guy who broke Sandra Bullock's heart. Jesse was this bad boy mechanic who got famous on TV shows like Monster Garage, but in 2010, his personal life blew up big time. Right when Sandra won her Oscar and they'd just adopted a kid, news broke that Jesse'd been cheating. And not just once, the affairs were uncountable. He apologized and even checked himself into a rehab center in Arizona, but Sandra left. The damage was done. And did he learn? Nope. His next relationship with Kat Von D crashed and burned for the same reason. Jesse kept at it, dating a race car driver and even an ex-porn star. With all his relationships crashing one after another, we could say dude's probably the most unfaithful guy on earth. But if you think Jesse's behavior's the most outrageous, just wait till you hear what Chuck Negron did. You see, Chuck Negron was the voice behind the popular band 3 Dog Night. But Chuck wasn't just famous for his voice. He had a reputation for being a total ladies' man. And we're talking serious numbers here. Chuck claimed he did it with 1,000 to 2,000 women. Not just that, he was hooking up with 3 or 4 ladies every single night during his music days. His doctors even warned him about mixing drugs with all of his sexcapades. The last straw came when he was getting it on with Miss Oklahoma. Something went seriously wrong down there, and his manhood exploded. Did you know there was a darker side lurking behind Hollywood icon Lana Turner's shiny image? Lana was famous for her beauty and charm, but behind the scenes, she was entangled in multiple love affairs and whispered to be a sex addict. Lana's love life was a roller coaster, with 8 marriages and countless flings with big Hollywood icons like Frank Sinatra and Howard Hughes. Lana's consistent search for love often led her into scandalous situations, from rumors of multiple abortions to serial cheating. The most shocking happened in 1958 when her daughter killed Lana's abusive boyfriend, Johnny Stompanato. This particular scandal rocked Hollywood big time, revealing the chaos behind Lana's dazzling public life. Jada Pinkett Smith isn't just Will Smith's wife. She's an actress, producer, and a talk show host. One of the most unexpected revelations to be revealed in Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talk Facebook show was that the hostess herself used to be a sex addict. She and Will had to address rumors about a relationship with this young singer, August Alsina. Jada came clean, saying, yeah, it happened, but she and Will were on a break. But that wasn't even the biggest bombshell. Jada also opened up about struggling with sex addiction when she was younger. She called herself a binger, using sex to fill some empty space inside. Jada opened up about getting help and figuring out why she was acting that way. She wanted to show that even celebrities deal with tough stuff, and it's okay to talk about it. Remember Fox Mulder from The X-Files? That's David Duchovny. He's our next celebrity. David also faced the same issues head-on, like Jada, publicly acknowledging that public figures aren't perfect. David started out as a literature guy, but ended up battling aliens and conspiracy on TV. The X-Files made him super popular in the 90s, but you know, fame's got a dark side. Around the show's peak, rumors started flying about Duchovny's personal life, and in 2007, he dropped a bombshell. He was struggling with sex addiction. Playing Hank Moody in Californication might have hit a little too close to home. It was a big deal back then, bringing attention to an issue not many talked about. But David didn't hide though. When his ex-wife, actress Leona T, gave him an ultimatum, David bravely sought treatment. And we're finally wrapping it up with Jennifer Lewis, the beautiful, sassy grandma from Blackish. Jennifer's road to fame wasn't easy. She started on stage, singing and cracking jokes. Her talent got her roles on shows like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but behind the scene, Jennifer was fighting some serious battles. She struggled with sex addiction, using it to cope with mental health issues. In her book, she spilled the tea about dealing with undiagnosed bipolar disorder early in her career. It took 17 years of therapy and 10 years of meds, but Jennifer finally got a handle on things. Jennifer's a living proof that you can face your demons and come out stronger on the other side.